What is up, you guys? X Games Interactive here, back with yet another video. So, last week we were cleaning up everything, making sure that the project is decent enough to continue. So, like I was saying last week, I had cleaned up a few things, removed a lot of stuff, and just made it more functional. We'll do this many a times to just weed out old code and as well as remove things that we're not going to use anymore, just to make it simple. So I've been focusing on the components on making a AI fight other AI, and so far it has turned out decently well. So if I click survivors and I put it right here, so the AI can spawn in. I'm still working on some errors coming into the log. I should have that done by next week, or by the next time I post up a video. So yeah, so I'm putting it like this so you guys can see what's going on. As you can see, you see these dots moving, so they're choosing a control point to actually go to. Right now the zombies are heading towards the soldiers, and the zombies are going towards the survivors. So when they actually reach those points, you'll see what happens then. Looks like the robots have a unit of 3. Sometimes they have a unit of 1. They send 1 unit, and then I'll let you guys see what happens next. Robots are gonna reach the soldiers soon. The robots are typically stronger than any other like faction there is. So as you can see, there are now more robots coming because they're getting attacked, so they're sending reinforcements. The same thing will happen with the zombies over here, so it's hard to see which group is which. I chose the survivors just as a test to test it out. Now I believe they're retreating. Yeah, they went to a different control point. I think they're going towards the robots. I think a lot of the robots have left, so their area is really weak right now. So they're going towards them. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. Next week, I'm going to be focusing on cleaning, making sure that this is cleaned up, and also focusing on working on buildment placement, so the player will be able to build buildings associated to that faction, and those buildings have specific things. Those buildings can do, like, let's say a barracks or a weapons facility, something like that. And that is what I'm going to be working on next. So shouldn't be hard. It just should be as simple as adding more buildings into here and having them have functionality and a window that pops up and stuff like that. And then from there, allowing that stuff to do actions or upgrades or stuff like that. But looks like so far they're working how they should. They're reaching control points and stuff like that. The attacks are not lasting long, so I might have to look into that. But they are moving around and are attacking. But if you do attack them and actually have like a full-on battle with them, they will send reinforcements in and to attack. So my next thing, like I said, is to work on making it where the player can place buildings Then I'll incorporate that into the enemy AI that we have right here, the AI script that's used to do all of this work. It's they're shooting bullets, as you can see on the side. So they're attacking. I'm assuming the zombies are attacking. Right now, I haven't really set up, specifics for some of the different factions where they are, shooting, globs or bullets or, you know, um, things of, energy or whatever. They're clumping together right now. Huh. Okay, let me go to the main map. I should be able to see them right here come together because they're coming through this little middle area. I'm still trying to figure out why this is lit up and the other part of the map isn't. I've noticed that it only happens with the robots and the survivors. They're in a nice little formation, so they're probably fine. That is bad for me because the robots are nothing to play with. They're badasses, like they're real strong individuals, just for the simple fact that they have like 100 and like 400 and something health. Compared to the 100 health that the survivors have. So I'm gonna actually send some of my units out there to actually defend. But yeah, as time goes on, I will make these different scripts better and a little bit more functional, as well as just kind of make the functionality work as intended. But for now, creating this foundation, this base to all of this stuff will be what is needed to make this stuff work. But I think once having some of this stuff set up as it should, this should work. I think they're getting enough units to attack again. So we'll see if they attack us or they attack someone else because the zombies did go in there and attack them. So I think they're slightly mad at the zombies as well as us. So yeah. They sent those I think these are robots. Yeah, they sent the robots to attack the zombies, and then they're sending reinforcements to attack those other points because we're already in a battle with them right now. So I feel like if we win this battle right here, which I think we already have, they might send some more, but I think they're busy right now, which gives time to actually build better stuff. So yeah, that is what I wanted to show you. That all of the AI has movement throughout the map and can go places like they like they should in a top down strategy game. Outside of that, bringing build placement to the game, I think I will work on, like I said, giving that to the enemy AI so they have to build buildings so their base progresses just as much as the player has to progress. I do have to separate the player eventually from the system because right now the enemy AI can't play as a soldier or a zombie or anything that the player is playing as. So it's only one of every faction inside the game, and I want to make it where the enemy AI could be like five, not five, but all four different factions, and then the player can play as whatever faction it chooses. So I'm gonna work on creating that where that will work. definitely need to fix a formation thing where, you know, when they're idle, they just stay still, you know, for the most part, as far as like movement wise. And then, you know, they just play their animation cycle and placement. Or, you know, having it where they patrol or something like that. That is another thing. So there's a lot more work to be done. Just wanted to show you guys this and everything. You know, that's still showing the logs, which is not bad. That's the camera logs. I'm gonna have to look into closing that. I don't like a bunch of logs showing if possible. So what I've been doing lately, I've been adding a debug log in it. You know, a debug log into my stuff to, you know, to fix everything. But then I add that debug log and then I add a boolean that turns it off, and that has been very helpful to keep my keep my console empty, because I like it to be empty so I can really see what's going on, what actually needs to be worked on, what needs to be fixed. And since there is no specific anything that needs to be fixed, there's no point of having that open like that. But once I put in build placement, this respawning of stuff will have to go away. There's no reason to have it where they respawn after, you know, so many times. Once I fix all that, now we're in a war with the zombies. Oh, not a war with the zombies. That's the robots. So yeah, I thought it was zombies, but it's actually robots over here. Yeah, they're gonna kick our tail. We need like a whole group of them to actually do anything. A whole group of like my stuff over here to actually do anything. Oh, all right. So they actually won that battle, surprisingly. Are they sending reinforcements by any chance? Yeah, they're just doing their thing. They're sending reinforcements and fighting the zombies back and forth with each other. But yeah, I definitely will look into fixing some of this, because I felt like once I get rid of the constant spawning rate of those, and then they have to take time to spawn and stuff like that, I think a lot of these entities or spawn rates will go down tremendously, and hopefully the game will be more stable without spawning all of this stuff. But the warring with a lot of this stuff does work so far. I definitely, like I said, need to fix the movement, where when they're idling or just in one clump, they keep their formation. They don't lose their formation when they are unselected or whatever. They stay in the same formation. I think that's the best way to look at it. So it's something to work on. But outside that, yeah, it works. Everything works as intended. And I'll be working on build placement next, and then once I get done with build placement and get that working in the game, you know, decently, or functioning, you know, where it works, then I'll swing by all of these different little things and clean up the code where these function as intended. At least as intended, as far as this, because some of this stuff does need to work the way it does work, and other stuff, you know, can have some compromise. We'll say that. Yeah, I'm just attacking. And once I fix that little spawn thing, then the possibility of winning and losing the game will become more obvious, because without buildings being built, or respawned in, the success rate of you winning the game goes up tremendously if you just completely demolish all of the faction stuff, and then make it where all of the faction units have at least 100 health. Make it even across the board, and just make it from tactic. You have 5 tanks, and they only do 5, player, 5 little player units. Making it where the attack damage is what is really being up here. Being displayed. Not necessarily the health. Making all the units the same health, just making better units that have more attack, or certain attacks that other units are weak to, like all these units right here for zombies or whatever, or humans or whatever. Everybody's can't handle fire or something like that, or the zombies have toxic waste or something like that they spew out, which makes them immune to certain chemical weapons, stuff like that. Things to think about. And now none of the soldiers can spawn back in, so I guess it's time to go and fight the zombies, because the robots are cleaning them up at this point. It'll just be us and the robots, which is honestly, I kind of want to help the zombies, so let's not send anybody to the zombies, because I think they're getting cleaned, like just emptied. So I think it'd be best if I, do it like I'm doing, which is go and fight the robots. But yeah, outside that, it works, and I'm very excited to be able to show you guys that they're fighting as intended. Outside of that, I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. As y'all have seen, I've been posting on Saturday and Sunday. Well, Sunday. So that is my new post day. And if you guys have any questions about any other projects like this one, E for Liquids or whatever, then you're very welcome to share your concerns, or ask questions in Discord, or on the comments, in the comments of this video, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you guys want to join the Discord, the link is down in the description. If you have any problems with anything, just tell me, and I'll make sure to sort it out. And outside of that, I am going to continue to keep working on this project until it is completed. My goal with this project is to get it as closely to Command and Conquer or Age of Empires as possible, where you can control multiple units, build buildings. Those buildings have specific units or things it does. So a bunch of hard work, but it is coming coming along decently well, and I would say that's better than anything that I've seen. I think spawn rates are over with, because the zombies are not coming back. So the they're done for. The soldiers are done for, and I need to bring reinforcements. uphill if possible. Yeah, I'm not getting any reinforcements, which is not good. That means that all spawning is over with. So we're on our own. Whatever units I have is what I have, and everybody in between. Because my buildings are not working. I can't click on them like I used to. I think it's because of the Y or whatever is too far down. I need to fix it. So, which I'm pretty sure that is what this little warning is. It's the Y for it is too far down. I need to play the rest of these commanders and make sure that their nodes are selectable. And that's just something I need to go and fix. It's not something that will stay a constant thing due to the fact that I plan to remove all of that. There won't be any need for the nodes soon. Once the build placement stuff gets how functional, it won't be any need. It'll just be one single command center, which will allow you to build everything else. If you lose your command center, then it's hard for you to build anything else until you can build another one, which costs a truckload of money. That's what I'm thinking about doing. They're in a war right now. They're attacking each other. Unfortunately, because I don't have any specific units on any of this stuff, it's hard to tell who's who. I really think if I put painted some of these, like added red paint, blue paint, and whatever, it'll be a little bit more entertaining, and I'll be able to know who is who. It'll also be a little bit confusing with the robots because you got the red bar and then the red health bar and then the red unit. So I don't know, but I think it'll probably be a little thing that can be added and it'd be worth doing. Yeah, we still getting robots. Our little group is shrinking, but it's enough of a group of soldiers to attack all the robots. Yikes! We're still getting all these robots coming out of nowhere. Am I gonna have enough units to attack the zombies? That's what I'm wondering now. Because if my force is getting as low as I think they are, and they're just coming out of the woodworks from nowhere. Yeah, that's a little scary. Hmm. The select thing is not working too well down there. That's another issue to look into. Oh, they're sending in reinforcements from over there, and reinforcements from other areas. Yikes! So, and then some of them are retreating. and running away to the nearest points. Okay, so the rest of those are, I'm assuming, robots. So, okay. So we need to get over here and attack the remaining zombie camps. But yeah, I definitely think this is gonna be, definitely gonna be a fun little venture here, especially if I get the rest of this stuff working right and closer to her goals. But yeah, I think I'll see you guys next week. If y'all have any questions, you already know where to drop them at. And outside of that, I'm really excited to get this all working, which is great because it was a lot. And I mean a lot to try to get functioning properly. And then working in between a busy schedule back and forth at work and stuff like that. So if y'all enjoyed the video, give it a like. And I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.